Patriots look terrible. They all look terrible. I didn't watch this game and think to myself, oh, Matt Patricia and his offense have come so far. I also didn't think that they had to play very well defensively because Mitchell Trubisky isn't putting any pressure on anyone to do anything. Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers, hasn't learned anything about calling plays in the NFL. And he was a guy at LSU who they ran out of there because he was so lateral. Everything was outside the numbers. When you look at these two teams, it's actually amazing how far they've fallen. This is the first meeting between these two teams since 1998 where there wasn't Tom Brady or Ben Roethlisberger starting at quarterback. And that's what it looked like. It looked like two offenses with no identity. It looked like two teams that didn't understand how they were going to win throughout the season. The only thing I loved about watching this game is that Minkah Fitzpatrick is Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to make plays every time he's on the field. But these two teams offensively have a long way to go where they can even be talked about in the conversations of being a wild card team. And I don't believe that either of them get there this year.
Well, I say it was impressive. I say it was very impressive. I think they were on a verge of a serious collapse here. Patriots have 21 straight seasons where they've never started 0-2. 0-2, of course, just because, the Cowboys, they lead that with 25 straight seasons. I'm not starting 0-2.
That's a little bit under how long it's been since y'all been to the Super Bowl.
Right. Get on out of here. Stop trying to throw those little balls up in here, Ryan. Get on out of here. I just dropped it. I'm dropping facts. Not opinions. That's in the book. Those are facts. But what I also saw, Ryan and Stephen A., yesterday, as we're getting ready to work, I'm hearing comments from Jacoby Myers saying, yeah, we're just not playing well together. I was like, what's going on? This ain't the Patriot way. What are you doing talking to the media like this? See, that's what was at stake. It wasn't just that game that was at stake. The Patriot way is being called into question. If they would have lost that game, we would have been saying, oh, man, I don't know what is really Bill Belichick. Now that he's 0-2 and he's looking like this without Tom Brady. It was so much in the mix. They had to find an offense, and those guys went above ground. We have talked about players being able to make plays when they count and when they have to. Nelson Aguilar went up over a dude and snatched that football to get it in the end zone to give us some offense, to say, let's go, let's get this thing going. I say that was very impressive. I know the Steelers didn't have T.J. Watt. I know they feel like they can't find the pass rush without T.J. Watt. That ain't Matt Jones' problem. Matt Jones' problem is to make sure he does just this right here. Let me score some touchdowns and help my team win and silence all of this mess that Bill Belichick ain't Bill Belichick. The Patriot way don't exist anymore, and that's why that was an impressive win. That was against a great franchise. That's not against the Jets or somebody that they beat up forever. Mike Tomlin has his teams ready to play. They beat a good team. That's impressive. Give Bill Belichick his credit, even though that crazy stuff he's doing with that offensive coaching.